Hi, happy October. I am a Jen who reads. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is my special Spookopoly edition of my October TBR. So it is October and I wanted to have a special October edition of my TBR. As you can see, I've got some spooky stuff behind me. I have my octopus skeleton, which I know octopus don't have bones, but I liked it anyways. I have my snake skeleton. I have my tentacle kitty right there. My dragon eye journal. My whole library is decorated like a haunted library, and I just love this time of year so much. One of my favorite booktubers is Becca in the Books, and I will post all of her information, all her links and everything below. And so she came up with a really unique way to choose your TBR. Sorry, my dogs are running around. So choose your TBR for the month of October. And so she made this cute little Becca's Spookopolathon. And this is what I used to create my TBR this month. I did do the rolling and the moving the piece on the board separately, and then chose all of the books. So I hope that when I put this video together, it looks like one cohesive, purposeful thing, but I don't know. I've never made a video like this before. So we'll see. I am just sitting here in my library wishing it was cooler outside. I have my spooky blanket, kind of spooky, and I'm just really excited to get into all of these books. So without further ado, here is my first roll. What I did beforehand was I took these chance cards and I wrote the name of a bunch of books, one book on the back of each of the cards that I would like to read this month. And so when I landed on chance, I chose this card, and House of Hollow is what I chose. I've had this book for a little while. It was definitely a cover buy. I probably ended up buying this around the same time last year. Just because it kind of had those spooky vibes, and then I never got around to reading it. From what I understand, this is about some sisters who go missing, and when they come back, they don't come back the same as they were when they left. So this is House of Hollows, and it's number 1 on my October TBR. My second roll, I landed on a train station, and all of the train station spaces are Taylor Swift lyrics. And I landed on Are We Out of the Woods Yet? So for this prompt, I chose The Halloween Tree by Ray Bradbury. He is one of my favorite authors, and this is something that I have not read yet. So for this prompt, you had to choose something that had like a tree or the woods in the cover, or had the name in the title. So tree is in the title of this one, and it does have a tree on the cover. Something I'm going to do with this book specifically this month is I just found out that, I'm not sure what it's on, Amazon Prime maybe? There is a cartoon movie that was inspired by this book. And there's also some Disney things that were inspired by this book. So I plan on doing a full video for October all about that. So for my second book, Ray Bradbury, The Halloween Tree. Also, I forgot to say, so for that last roll, I rolled doubles, which means that I have to do a bonus roll. So this next roll is my bonus roll. On this roll, I landed on a yellow space, specifically on the Toffee Apple space, and that is to read a book that is sticky or a book that you can't put down. Hold on, I need to yell at my dogs for a minute. Go lay down. Go lay down. Sorry. Well, I don't want to reread any books for this month, and so I don't really know what books are sticky. But one book that I have heard a lot about, I've heard a lot of people saying that they can't put down, is The Assistant to the Villain. I forgot to take the sticker off. Whoops. I actually went out and bought this one last month. I was just really excited about it. I heard a lot of great things about it. The cover just drew me in for some reason. Also, I love the edges. So Assistant to the Villain is going to be my read for Toffee Apple, something that sticks read. Do you want to come say hi? Come here. I think they want to say hi. Come here, up here. All right, so this is, come here. Chewy. You won't let me lift him up. Chewy. All right, come here, Lilo. Come here, right here. Don't knock the table. Oops. All right, this is Lilo. And they probably just got hair all over my black shirt. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you my shirt. Can't really see it. It says Creepin' It Real. It's my Halloween shirt for this year. For this roll, I landed on Community Bookshelf. So I have these Community Bookshelf cards, and on the back of each one, I just did a random prompt. So for this one, I chose Fright Night, a book with ghost. So for that one, I chose, whoops, I forgot to have this one ready. Where'd it go? Hold on, please pause. So for the prompt, a book with a ghost, I chose a book that I've had for a long time, have been wanting to read for a long time. That's Under the Whispering Door by T.J. Klune. So from what I understand is we have a character who is not a very likable person. Hey, lay down. And he dies, and he kind of goes into some sort of an in-between heaven and hell type of a place. I absolutely loved House in the Cerulean Sea, and I can't wait to read everything that he has written. So this will be just my next step in getting, you know, the backlist completed. So for this prompt is Under the Whispering Door. Landed on another Community Bookshelf. The prompt for this one was Double Double Toil and Trouble, read a sequel. So I'm choosing Octavia E. Butler's Parable of the Talents. I read Parable of the Sower earlier this year, I think it was. This will be my third Octavia E. Butler book, and everything that I've read by her is completely different, and it was written in like the 60s, I think, and it's so futuristic. And it's just so many good things to chew on and think about long after you're done reading it. This is a setting that is sort of in a post-apocalyptic setting, and I just loved the first one, and I'm really excited to get to the second one. So Parable of the Talents by Octavia E. Butler is going to be my read for my second Community Bookshelf roll. Okay, so my very last roll for the Spookopoly, Spookathon, whatever it's called, was I landed on a pink space, which was Spoopy. And Spoopy is a book that is spooky. It has spooky elements, but it is for younger kids maybe, or maybe middle grade. So it's really not that spooky. Will you guys stop? Thank you. So I chose The Blood of Olympus by Rick Riordan. This is the last book in the second Percy Jackson series. I am doing a reread of all of them, and this is the last one that I have to read before I can pick up the new ones that he has written. There's like a one about Nico D'Angelo and Percy Jackson, and then I think there's another one coming out this month, maybe. I'm not really sure. So Blood of Olympus is going to be my read for Spoopy Reads. And there's just so many good things that I want to read this month. So this is actually going to be a pretty big TBR, especially because some of the books that I picked out were sort of smaller. In September, I asked on all of my social medias about a scary book. I wanted scary book recommendations, and I wanted to read a book that was really, really scary to me. I got a lot of really great recommendations. So the book that got the most recommendations was House of Leaves, and I actually have that book, and I've tried to read it, and I just needed to be in a different headspace when I read it. I actually tried to read it during a hurricane, and so obviously I had a lot of other things on my mind. But I didn't choose that for my spooky read this year, or this month, because I actually want to do another video on it, just a whole video on it. And so I'm going to actually save that for another time. A lot of the other ones that were recommended to me, there were a lot of Stephen King. There were a lot of books I've never heard of before. And unfortunately, I could not find any of them at the bookstore, and I wanted to get them right away. So I am going to keep all of those books on a list and read them and make videos on them eventually. But I went to the bookstore, I went into the horror section, and I actually found a book that I've been wanting to read for a long time. And I actually found two books by that author. So the first book is Tender is the Flesh. I'm not sure. Augustina Bazterrica is the author. And from what I have heard about this book, this is set in a setting where, for whatever reason, I'm not sure, animals have become inedible to humans. We cannot eat animals for whatever reason. So instead of just becoming vegetarians, we start to eat each other. So this has a cannibalistic element. I'm looking forward to reading this. I feel like this one's going to give me the heebie-jeebies. And then this one is a newer release by the same author, and it's still thin, and so I think I'll be able to read both of these. This is called 19 Claws and a Blackbird. And also the cover of this one, I love it. It's pretty cool. So these are going to be my try to get the hell scared out of me books for the month of October. We'll see. I'll let you know. And the last physical book I have on my TBR is just one that I picked up because it's been on my list to read for a while. And that is What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher. I've wanted to pick up something by this author for a long time, and I thought that this was a perfect time to do this because this book is loosely based on Edgar Allan Poe's The Fall of the House of Usher. Another thing that I want to do this month is October 13th on Netflix. They are releasing a series called The Fall of the House of Usher. And from what I understand, each episode is based on a different work by Edgar Allan Poe. So stay tuned for on my channel for that. I'm going to do some sort of a review of that where I read the stories from Edgar Allan Poe and then watch the episode. And I just thought that this was going to be a good companion, something to do right alongside with it. Look at that cover. That is a great cover. I love it. So this is all the physical books that I have on my TBR. I also have books that I listen to on audio, but I don't ever officially put those on my TBR because I never know when they're going to become available from the library. It's very hit or miss. So I do have a few of those that will probably come in and I'll end up reading, as well as I will probably pick up a few on my Kindle, but those are mostly just mood read type of books. So I don't know. But anyways, I'm going to link Becca and the books and all of her information below so you can do your own Becca Spookalopathon, I think. I don't know. But anyways, this was really fun. And I think that this is inspiring me to do something like this not with Monopoly, but just some other sort of TBR game for me to start picking my TBRs with starting in 2024. So I'm excited to start brainstorming on that. And I don't know, if you do this, I would love to hear your thoughts. I would love to see what TBRs you rolled. Oh yeah, there's my little pumpkin piece. Isn't he cute? This was just so much fun. And I just thank you, Becca, for making this. As always, just check out all my other socials. They'll be listed below. And thank you for watching.